chosen and enlightened ones. I had several visions, okay, and astral projection experiences, lucid dream experiences, where I see the collective actually going to war with the military. All right, we're actually going to war with them, and we are actually powered up. We're metahumans at this point. We have been powered up by the sun. I mean, I'm talking about people are flying. We're telepathically reading minds, and anyone this is chosen, okay? And this is all predicated on those in a high frequency, those that are operating out of the heart chakra resonance. I tell you no lie when I say that we were actually going underground in subterranean bases, and we were actually destroying laboratories. We were actually freeing children off 18-wheelers. All right, we were freeing these kids off these trucks and stuff like that. All right, and then we were extremely powerful, and we had devices. We had different strategies. It's like we knew. It's like soon as everything happened, we're gonna have a telepathic link to everything that they've been doing. It's like we just became aware all of a sudden of all the locations that they're stationed at, everything that they're doing nefarious. It was like everything, a light turned on. And what I personally think is happening is actually in the astrals, we're all involved in a great war. And some certain times of the night, some of us remember fragments of the war. So all of us are remembering the same exact war that we were all at. All right. Now, last night I had a iboga experience, right, where I'm tapping in with the iboga, and I actually seen people running around frantic because certain psychedelic trips will show you visions like a movie reel, and it showed me people running. I seen like cataclysmic things that happen, but when I see cataclysm, it doesn't scare me, you know, because I know that in order to build, you gotta destroy, and this is that's part of the polarity. And I know for a fact that I'm divinely guided and protected, and that my job is to actually ascend in this process. All right, and this is pretty much what I've been chosen to do, is to incarnate at this particular time to help the collective actually ascertain Christ consciousness. All right. Now, one thing I want to say about this great war that transpired is the chosen ones were actually breaking up into different units. All right, and like you would have 10 gods over here, 10 goddesses over here. You know what I'm saying? All doing different things, handling different things. All right. Now, one goddess that I actually spoke with was making mention of a sister that had tried the iboga also. Another sister that tried the iboga. And when she said this sister doesn't even utilize psychedelics, right? She's not well versed at shrooms. The iboga was her first experience. And when she went to sleep and dreamed, she dreamed of having powers and actually fighting the military. All right. And it was a bunch of us. And that's the same exact vision. We're having the same exact dream, cosmic family, because we're going to the same quantum reality where this actually takes place. The concept of time actually doesn't exist. All right. The past, present, and future are actually occurring simultaneously. Now, what this simply means is that two people can actually be in the same dream, and one person will remember it. The other person may think they had a dream a later time. All right. So, for example, let's say we're in a fourth dimension. We all experiencing this great war. By the time we come back down to the third dimension, because of our energetic signature, some individuals may not remember or recall that information by the time they transcend back down to the third dimensional construct. By the time they come down from the higher ethers and actually get back down, all right, from the etheric plane of force and come back down here to the physical plane. Once they're in the physical plane, if your pineal gland is decalcified, you may recall a dream. You may be like, oh, I remember having a dream. Or if you had enough activity in the prefrontal cortex of the brain, all right, and ascertain the theta frequency, which is that vibratory state between 4 and 7 hertz, all right? And I expressed to y'all things like Blue Lotus, things like mugwort will amplify your lucid dreams as well as your astral projection experiences. All right, so these are the herbs that I highly recommend that they utilized in ancient Kemet, as well as the Tibetan monks utilize mugwort. All right, and again, it's phenomenal for astral projection. I do have the Blue Lotus as well as the mugwort leaf on Holistic Remedies for Ascension link in bio. Again, the theta frequency is what's required to ascertain a lucid dream experience. When you're in a delta state, you don't remember your dream. At that point, you don't remember anything. While you're watching this, you're in a beta state. All right, you're wide awake. When you're starting to drift off or daydream slightly, you're in an alpha state. But then again, once you're knocked out cold, you're in a delta state. The theta state is a lucid dream, and the gamma state is an astral projection experience. This is when you're fully out of your corporeal body. The gamma state is a vibratory state between 30 hertz or higher. All right. We access these states of consciousness or these etheric planes of existence. We actually activate our Merkaba. We activate our light body. We are actually celestials. We have the ability of activating these cosmic chariots. You have the ability of creating this force field through breathing techniques and things of that nature. All right, and this is how you can accomplish astral projection. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. The heart is a capacitor. All right, so once you start to actually focus on your breathing techniques and you're laying completely still, you're going to access a vibratory state. Once you're vibrating at that particular point in time, you're now in a position where you can exit your corporeal vessel and then traverse the cosmos, ascertain your Akashic records. You have the ability of seeing these visions, okay? These visions of, the chosen ones going to war with military and things like that. You will end up stumbling upon those dreams. But this is all due to activation of the cosmic gateway, which is the pineal gland. Elixirs like Ormus are great for decalcifying and activating the pineal gland. It's also phenomenal for mitochondrial biogenesis and will reverse the process of senescence, which is aging. Haritaki is also a phenomenal Ayurvedic herb that the deity Buddha is actually holding this plant, all right? And it's actually very good for also removing bad microbiome in the gut. And we know that your stomach is another brain. And typically this is where parasitic organisms compile themselves in your colon. And they actually have the ability of traveling to your nervous system by way of your neural network. All right, so the Haritaki is going to be efficient for actually removing and eradicating bad microbiome in the stomach. Ginkgo biloba and lion's mane mushroom is two other phenomenal herbs for decalcification as well as activation of the pineal gland and regeneration of damaged brain cells and macular degeneration. By utilization of Haritaki in conjunction with blue lotus was the actual herbs that I would say begin my astral projection experiences, where I start to actually leave my corporeal body. All right, and it was experimenting and working with different herbs. And you can do these things naturally. You don't always need herbs. The reason I promote the utilization of herbs, however, is because of the attacks that we undergo. The fluoridated water, all right, the genetically modified organisms that are designed to affect your genetic sequence. All right, there's a lot of aversive machinations that these deletes utilize in order to hinder our ascension process. All right, so this is why people like Dr. Sebi advocated a high alkaline diet. You want to ensure that your electrical magnetic frequency is high because, again, we're electrical beings. And this is what your eumelanin is. It's a conductor of electricity. And listen, chosen and enlightened ones, I know it feel like it's taken forever for this patriarchal system to perish. I know it feel like that. And this is primarily because a lot of individuals are in a root, which is tethered to this physical reality, all right? But once you start to go to higher chakra systems, all right? Once you start to get higher, then you have the ability of leaving this the reality sometimes, okay? I leave this reality all the time through astral projection and lucid dreaming and things of that nature, okay? This is why I'm not as bogged down with the construct of time, where I'm asking, oh, when is this gonna happen? Because I seen it crumble already. All right, and this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I seen us destroying the system. I seen us freeing children. I seen us actually activating and flying with all these abilities. And this is facts. This is not fiction. All right, we've been dumbed down this whole time, and this is primarily why we're in a weakened state. And if you question the possibility of metahumans, do your research on Simeon Toko as well as Simon Kabungo. All right, they both have powers that were symbolic or synonymous to what they call Jesus Christ or Yeshua. All right, this shows that we all have this ability once we're not under that sleep spell and we actually remember our ancient Etherian body. Frida Elder God Dr. Malachi Z. York, he spoke on the Etherians and the Holy Tablets. All right, and that's pretty much what we are. All right, we are at base, we are composed of light. All right, we are basically angles of light. We are the fallen angels in a sense. All right, that's trapped under a firmament that forgot who we were. That's encapsulated under the Saturn moon matrix. All right, so this is pretty much what's going on. And we are, as of now, with the cosmic light coming in, it's actually turning on us these esoteric channels, and our ethereal cosmic light is actually beginning to activate again. All right, and it's all going into activation of the pineal gland. All right, this is important. Most important thing for you to do in this ascension process is to continue to raise the collective. All right, even if you don't get on the camera and make videos and talk like me, even if you just share videos, you're still playing your part. You feel me? Because the objective is to spread awareness that this system is fake, that the food that they feeding us is fake, that they've been actually spraying, contaminating us with chemtrails and genetically modified organisms. They've been harnessing powers through things like Super Bowls. the things like the awards and the Grammys and stuff like that. These entertainers that they actually put in our face are solely utilized to create the nostalgia effect and activate your worship gene. All right, this is the worship gene that the Anunnaki placed in us, and this is why they utilize these entertainers to actually manipulate the masses mentally. All right, they get the young kids to look at their tablets more and worship these entertainers and these YouTubers. This is all induced. All right, this is all part of the technology. All right, and as far as the draconian influence in this patriarchal system, this is what we're fighting against, and this is why it's important that you raise the awareness and raise the frequency and vibration of the planet, and that your objective is promoting of love. All right, and nothing nefarious, nothing in regards to racism, nothing in regards to hatred, nothing in regards to prejudiceness. The objective primarily is realizing that the 1%, the deletes that actually run and puppeteer this matrix actually have been putting us all against each other to usurp what's called loosh, or low frequency energy. All right, because they're archonic in nature, and this is their form of sustenance. So this has been pretty much their objective. And it's only a few that's not NPCs that are fully aware of exactly what they're doing in the predictive programming that is put into a lot of the Luciferian practices that they do, and some of the dark draconian magic that they utilize to actually bend this matrix to their will. I told you that the 144,000 is inside you. Realize that you are a god or goddess that will be cleansing this planet. Actually, our energy in conjunction with the wrath of the ancestors is what's been creating these hurricanes and what's been creating these natural disasters all around planet Tiamat. Not HAARP, it's us. It's us, it's our energy, it's our frequency that's actually doing it. These deletes are actually preparing for a huge war against the chosen ones, all right? And this is why they're preparing all the artificial intelligence. This is what their objective is, okay? Their objective is to actually ensure that the artificial intelligence is not going to have nothing on us, though. All right, we're extremely powerful, or a lot more powerful than even these characters here in this picture are. All right, they try their best to try to emulate, but they don't understand higher dimensional information. So they try their best to imitate it as much as they can, but we are actually at a very high scale. I promise this system will be eradicated. Continue to focus on integration of your cosmic light body. Continue to detox your body of all toxic metals. Continue to utilize things like Haritaki, lion's mane mushroom, things like ginkgo biloba. Continue to ensure that you're eating correct. Make sure that you're training. Make sure that you're working out, that you're actually exercising, and making sure that you have the endurance and stamina to actually disintegrate and obliterate these deletes, because we're going to be actually going to war with these. I've seen us fighting with the Cabal, we was dragging Draconians out by their wings. You feel me? We was super powered, okay? And we have the ability to actually, if we want to, just will them out of existence. But a lot of us are just going to be learning our abilities. So the powers like of willing them out of our existence, we aren't going to be that advanced yet. But we are going to have the ability of super strength. Everything you're seeing in Supercell and all of that is all facts, okay? It's going to be a situation where people are just going to start, and it's happening now on our planet. All right, and some of you are noticing different symptoms and ascension symptoms and different glitches and things of that nature. All right, I notice different electronics going out sometimes when I come near them now. My frequency getting so high. Sometimes when I'm just looking at the floor or looking around, I see like vapors, like clear vapors. Almost like the best way to explain it would be like if you was looking at the stove and you could see the fire on it, you could see that clear energy. Almost like that. Almost like I could see the matrix actually dematerializing around me. Continue to detox your body nonstop, all right? Because as far as the solar flares, they don't have a consistent schedule. Well, we know that solar flares are going to ramp up. I'm telling y'all that they're going to ramp up. They're going to get hotter and hotter. It's going to get to the point where the atmospheric conditions on the planet are way more unbearable than people ever imagined, all right? And a lot of this is actually predicted for the end of 2024 or 2025 in regards to the solar event that is going to be synonymous to the 1859 Keratin event, all right, the geomagnetic storm. And it's going to be a situation where people will see the aurora borealis, aka the northern lights, all around the whole planet though instead. And when that cosmic green Ethereal energy settle in, it's going to actually have a divine connection with us. For those that have a harmonious frequency and resonance to Tiamat, all right, it's going to actually upgrade us substantially. So you want to cleanse yourself and prepare for that integration. For all high quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension.